So some of these technologies probably some of you must be aware of, and probably things have been faster because of COVID, what we got a few years back, especially related to digital classrooms and virtual classrooms, cloud technologies, e-learning, all these things. So I'll just go through it. There are a lot of new exciting things, and there is a lot of scope for innovation. That's the main thing. The innovation never stops. And although it was a stopgap arrangement during COVID, but I will say there is still a lot of scope, and there are a lot of things that are coming in. So I would like to share that with you. Sorry, the font's kind of big. No problem. So if we just compare the images, that's the digital vessel that we had. So charts, facts, weather faxes, notice tables also, I think. Sites, sextants, somewhat fit, might be alien to some people, I would say. Okay, no problem. Transport, back to the image that you see down below. A modern IBS vessel, all sensors in place. You sit at one chair and probably just move around. So you can have everything with your two hands. That's all you see there. You have passage planning that takes care of weather optimizations and all that stuff that you see. So a lot of trainings that are required for these. So we have to kind of gear up because technology is moving very, very fast. That's all I can tell you. Regulations have to catch up. We have to catch up. But technology is certainly going faster than we expected. Let's talk about digital and virtual classrooms. Very common sight in all the training institutes, I would say. Chart table, paper charts, passage planning, parallel ruler, compass, dividers, set squares. It's going. So you can see the dates. These are some dates which are published. UKHO and NO is like taking all the charts away. Next 2, 3 years, 4 years down the line, you won't find charts anymore. But we don't have regulations in place for what to do next. So the examination system has to change. Regulations have to change. IMO, NI, I'm sure will be involved for this, for the passage planning as well, and a lot of other curriculum that is coming into play. And this is exactly what you are doing on board. So you can see what you are doing on the training institutes versus what you are doing on board. Most of the ships don't have paper charts anymore. So this is actually what you are doing on board with weather optimizations, with weather routing, KPIs for your CI indicators, all these new technologies and new indicators. So technology is actually helping a lot. So what do we need? We need something like this, hands-on training. So it could be kind of a shared classroom, but it's hands-on approach. So it has to be on the computer, it can be on the laptop, it can be kind of a common place where people can assemble in. So it has to transport to something like this. It cannot be paper charts anymore. And you have to give hands-on, so it needs to have certain CPUs or maybe laptops for it. Simulators, something which I come from. I've been in simulator industry for about 14 years now. So I can talk at length and till infinity about this. But I don't want to talk about that. I'm talking about what is happening next. So this is kind of a simulator that, probably a typical simulator that you will be training in or must be training on. But there are loads of things that are now coming in with automatic assessments, analysis, to certain IBS systems. So the advantages of simulators, we all know that we can actually do risk assessments there, we can do failures, we can do a lot of stuff without actually kind of being in that place. Because most of us has probably never seen a fire in their entire lifetimes, or maybe sinking or whatever. So these are the things that you can actually practice on these simulators. TechSim. So this, as we are discussing dual fuel, all these technologies, the new engines that are coming in, I think this is the next thing that will come in. The decarb stuff. So methanol, ammonia training, all these things will have to change as per the type of engines as well, because the hazards associated are completely different. Translate to the future, or I would say present, but a lot of scope for the future. Smart realities. So smart realities is something which is, the innovation is already started. There is technology available, and so let's just park VR for a little bit. VR, okay, we used to have for walkthroughs and familiarizations and all that. Now there's something called XR. XR is nothing but a mixed reality, in which you are actually seeing the physical, you're seeing people, and you are actually operating on a virtual world. These are the key differences, in which you are actually thrown on to a pure interactive world. So you can see these consoles, these are actually real life consoles where you can actually see them, but once you raise your eye up, it's completely a synthetic environment around. Now you are finding technologies where this is a classic example. There's a video I'll just play. So this is a truck simulator. It's a mixed reality solution. So what he's seeing is he's using the consoles. You can see his hand there on the consoles. He's actually using them and you can see them. It's not that he's feeling them, he's actually seeing them. And on the console he can even see the buttons which you can't see. So on his XR set, he will be seeing a push button, a lever or something is there. So you can have a minimal set of hardware and you can actually see what he's doing. He's trying to go close to the vessel using his controls. Similar things are available for even bridge simulators, engine simulators. So a lot of these interactive technologies will evolve. They've just started now. The whole idea, it started with the VR, but there was no interaction with the HMI, which is called human machine interface, the controllers, the buttons. So all these things can be put in place along with the virtual world. So it's a synthetic world. And if another person is wearing the same headset, you can actually talk to him. You can look at him. So it opens another door for your bridge resource management, team management exercises as well. Let's talk about augmented reality. It can be defined as information on your glass. Probably some cars also have it. So it's basically augmenting what you're seeing. So you are seeing a machinery, you're getting a full blow up or probably a circuit board, and you're getting full electronic circuit out of it on your glasses. So you are seeing through as well as you're getting the information. So this is particularly very good for maintenance trainings, as you can see. So this helps person to visualize what is an expanded view, how to box up things, so you don't have to literally open stuff and try your hands-on approach, because probably you will never do a lot of these equipments actually in real life. But you can do it on a augmented reality. So you can see even the tablet. The camera is on and it is overlaying the information down below. So all these technologies gives you a real feel and all the information that is there. So it gives you kind of a hands-on approach, how maintenance training. It's very good for maintenance training for sure. Let's talk about e-learning and cloud solutions. Now this is something probably which is very, very, I would say, people have experienced this in COVID times. So to continue on the journey, so anytime, anywhere, simulation. Thanks, Alex. OTG. So OTG has been our partners with this journey, and there's great content that is available there. So you can do anywhere, anytime training. You can even launch simulators over there, have content. And there are virtual classrooms as well which can be connected to it. There could be virtual mentoring. These are the cloud simulation use cases. So right now the regulations are not in place for cloud training, but at least familiarization stuff can take place once a person comes, goes on board, or probably comes for simulation training as well. So these are particular trainings that can take place, and it has a good use case for your decarbonization stuff, or the next LNG simulators, or methanol, and all these technologies that are coming. online assessments and digital examination. So a lot of these digital examinations took place in COVID and they can still continue on. And these assessments can be even automatic. You can create rules out of it, you can create exercises, fixed sets, maybe 20 to 30 minutes, and you can assess people even if before joining a company, or before coming for interviews, or before going on board, or it could be a refresher training. So these are typical 20 to 40 minutes situation-based training. It could be any technical simulators. It could be as per instructions for the cadets, ROR based. Now this is the new stuff. We all know about AI, ML, all these things, IoT. So these are the stuff that is now coming in, and we are trying to incorporate that in digital technologies as well. So in simulators or in training tools. So all these things will come into the picture. So these are the best part of machine learning and artificial intelligence is that the whole training is customized and targeted. So you can actually make a profile of a person and you can target his training, and it could be n number of millions of combinations. So you don't have a fixed set. Could machine learning be a part of training? Yes, why not? You can make some exercises, you can make an algorithm, you can even extract the results from the trainings that have been done in the past, learn from that and make it again. Number of mistakes can be a part of the ML tool. And this is how it will be targeted, because the way you do things, so there's nothing called a wrong and a right way. Till the time there's no accident, everything is the right way, I would say. But yes, efficiencies can be increased by learning from ML. So this is something that will now increasingly come into training picture as well. Conclusions. So the best part, I get a thumbs up. I hope I'm on time. So blended learning, we all learned about blended learning technologies. So you can go for a wider audience. You can go for an offline timings, anytime, anywhere simulation. You can choose your best delivery systems. So cloud, online, on-premise, instructorless, fixed exercises, sharing, virtual mentoring. All these things are a part of the blended learning experiment. Most of these are case driven, so already we have use cases and we have tried out these technologies, except for the last bit which we are now going to implement. So because again, real equipment is the best thing, but you really don't get hands-on to real equipment unless there's a ship visit. There's really not enough affordability to get an actual engine in a training institute. So these things will really help. Tech is evolving. We talked about Starlink. Yes. So now these e-learning modules can be done from ships. Even simulators, micro exercises, those 30-40 minutes exercises are available on board as well. So that's another use case. And this will get better. So there are successful pilot projects for it. And again, as I said, there's always scope for innovation. And we are innovating. Last but not the least, so I just want to tell you that we should all adopt technologies like I just said. Gen X kind of has reached Gen Z. So Marine I've left long time back, but yes, I have adopted technology, and so can you. And so can probably all the training, the school teachers, the old people who the content is the key, right? So content is made by a human. It will take time for it to be made by a machine. But right now, I would say that technologies is really helping, and it will assist these seafarers to actually achieve their goals. Thank you.
Thank you.